What's up, people? My name's Bonnie-tastic, and today I want to give you guys a positive video. I want to give you some motivation. I'm hoping this is going to teach you guys to hang on in there and just keep believing. Now, this isn't to say I know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know what's going to happen to whatever you've bought in the future. I can't say it's definitely going to go up, it's definitely going to go down. I don't know. But I'm going to give you 7 years of my experience in this one video and stuff I've learned, really critical, easy to understand stuff that is real and that happens and that's just true. Okay, so let's start. I bought my first box as an adult, coming back into this around 2016, 2017. Didn't get heavily into investing at that time, but I understood that the longer you leave it, the less is left. And so 2018, I bought a bit more. 2019, I started going hard. I started buying some more expensive stuff. 2020, I just went crazy. 2021, obviously, every year, I've just been going crazy since then. But yeah, something I learned during that big boom in 2020. I remember looking at Diamond and Pearl packs, and they were about £10 at the time. What's that, like $13 US? And I was thinking, it's a bit expensive, you know. It's not that old, and it's not got gold stars. It's not EX era. It's not vintage. It's not base set to Neo sets. It's not E series. It's not that special. Diamond and Pearl. I reckon I've got a long time to pick that up. I reckon it'll be £10 for a few years. I was wrong. I didn't think I would be wrong, but I was wrong. And I thought, right, well, these Diamond and Pearl packs have gone up to like £40 now, $50 US. I was like, well, I don't want them now. That's too high for me. I was looking at what came after that. You know, you had Black and White, XY, Sun and Moon, blah, blah, blah. I thought, well, that's got to be the cut-off point. Surely nothing after Diamond and Pearl is ever going to be expensive because it was recent. It's not, you know, the stuff inside's not that valuable. It can't be that rare, can it? It's not that old. Boy, was I wrong. Again, I'm looking at Plasma Storm, £130 or whatever it is. Like, well over $100 for quite a lot of Black and White sets now. And so I thought I'd missed the boat, but I had no idea the boat had not even taken off. The boat had not even been fueled. We didn't even have the oars ready. We didn't even put a sail up. We had no idea. But then surely Black and White has to be the cut-off. Nothing after Black and White can be expensive, can it? XY Generations, XY Eeveelutions, XY Ancient Origins, XY Roaring Skies. Do I need, like, pretty much everything except Steam Siege in XY? Shut up. What I'm realising is that every time a new generation comes out, XY becomes the new Black and White. Black and White becomes the new Diamond and Pearl. Diamond and Pearl becomes the new EX era. And once you start to realise this, you're gonna be glad that you've bought some of this stuff that you thought was never going to go anywhere. You're going to be glad that you bought it because it starts to actually go somewhere. Now, this isn't to say that this is going to carry on forever, but there's something you need to remember. Everything that's new will one day be old. You know, the future will happen, providing that time doesn't break and the Earth doesn't get swallowed by a black hole or there's no nuclear war. The time will continue to go on, and these things that were made in this time will continue to go backwards. They'll continue to fade into the past. And so when in that process of them fade into the past, more and more of it's getting opened, bought, sold, disappearing, going into collections where it never gets seen again. And it whittles down till there's not as much supply as there was during this present day. And you need to remember that if they go on and make 40 generations of Pokemon, the first 10 are going to be considered fucking vintage. Scarlet and Violet is going to be considered ancient, you know, if that does happen. Not to say that it will. Pokemon might die out by the 15th generation, but that would be crazy, right? If it did go to like 30, 40 generations, you would consider Twilight Masquerade to be like a grail because it's so old at that point. I mean, it would be like 50, 60 years old. Not many people will have it. You think that they will because they're printing 10 million cards, but in 60 years, you reckon? Think about TCGs from 60 years ago. How many people got booster boxes of those? Huh? No one. So, not to say that Pokemon's going to be exactly like that. Who knows? Pokemon's just a juggernaut. It's huge. There's always going to be someone who's got something. There's certain sets where I'm like, well, that has to be extinct now because I've not seen that on the internet for 2-3 years. And then it pops up next week. But more back to my point, let's talk about those generations and what I realised. Like, even looking at Sun and Moon, I was collecting when Sun and Moon was coming out. Like, it was, Sun and Moon is the epitome of modern and new to me. How much is a Team Up booster box right now, guys? Have a look. Open another tab. Have a look. Over £2,000. Yeah? That's the end of Sun and Moon. That's like 2018, 2019. That's very recent, yeah? And it's done that. So that, end of Sun and Moon, I'm calling it. Nothing can get expensive after Sun and Moon. Well, I got news for you, boy. You ever heard of Evolving Skies? And so, it just repeats. It repeats. If they produce a good item, a good product, and it doesn't matter if they print 50 billion boxes of it, if they produce a good item, time will continue to happen. And that good item will become old, and there will be less of it left. It's a very simple mathematic formula here. Now, if you're holding that, inflation happens, the less left happens. You know, that thing that you've got, you know, time's gone by. What do you think is going to happen to it? If it's good, especially if it's good. I'll leave you to work that out. I'm not going to tell you what happens. You can work that out yourself. People always think they've missed the boat. I thought I missed the boat. I remember asking on an SM Pratt video in 2017 or something like that, 2018, saying, guys, I really want to get into this, but I feel like it's too late. And you know what? My best decision in my whole fucking life was just doing it. It's not to say that, like, if you jump in today, you're going to get the same gains as I got. But I'm buying so much more today than I was back then. And I feel I'm not scared. I'm just not scared because I've done this for years. I understand how it works. I don't feel like I need to be that nervous or worry that much about what's going to happen. I kind of have a good idea of what's going to happen just based on experience. And the market's always changing. People are coming in, leaving. You know, the amount of people collecting is always fluctuating. Quality of sets is fluctuating. Amount of cards printed is always fluctuating. So you can't truly know what's going to happen next. But you can learn from your mistakes. You can learn from your wins. You can learn from your losses. What I've learned is that it's not hopeless. The boat hasn't sailed. And when they do bring out good sets in Scarlet Violet, I will pick them up. I'm not scared that they're never going to go anywhere, because I do believe they're going to go somewhere. Because I look at these Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon, I think it is so modern. There's no way it can go up. There's no way these things can go up. Bro, I just sold a DP1 diamond box from 2006, extremely vintage. It was the next set after World Champions pack, or, you know, Dragon Frontiers, like that. It was around that kind of time, 2006. Power Keepers came out after this box, which is an EX set, yeah? Deep it, think about that for a sec. And I sold that box for less than 2018's Team Up. That shows you the power, the fucking power of a good product, that it doesn't matter if it's modern. The ship hasn't sailed. I don't think Evolving Skies has hit its absolute ceiling and for the rest of the time it's going to continue going down. I don't think that's the case. You know, I don't like forking out 5-6 times retail for a box, but I do think it will continue to rise. I don't know if it will rise quickly, but I do think it will, because it's a good product and time will keep moving forwards. So I wanted to make this video to give you guys, if you haven't thought about it in this way, about each new generation coming out, then this generation becomes the old one. This generation, so Sun and Moon becomes the new XY, XY becomes the new Black and White. If you hadn't thought about that before, it's real, and start thinking about that. Yeah, X and Y. I was looking at the prices recently, and I was like, these don't seem like insanely expensive. But then I was thinking about Black and White 3 years ago, and it's kind of the same price. Like, these prices, it is really repeating itself. And I do think Sun and Moon packs are like reaching what XY was 3 years ago. In fact, they might be surpassing it. I'm really surprised at how well Sun and Moon is doing in both Japanese and English, because I didn't see it doing very well, personally. I bought a lot of Japanese boxes, but purely out of, like, I just wanted to have loads of out of print stuff. I knew it was going to be out of print soon. Did not expect it to do so well. I'm very, very impressed with Sun and Moon. Especially, I'm looking at that Team Up price. It's just fucking ridiculous. But that's not the only set. Cosmic Eclipse. Look at half of the fucking Ultra Prism. Celestial Storm. Half of the Sun and Moon boxes are just absolutely flying. Unified Minds. Like, they're doing so well. I'm so proud of them. And I do think it can happen with Sword and Shield, and I do think it can somehow... I know we can't imagine it right now because we're in the reprint, overprint, panic era. But I do think Scarlet and Violet can succeed too. Don't know which set. Don't know which one's the one to go for. I can't tell you that. Even if I did give you a suggestion, you shouldn't listen to me because I can't tell the future. But I want you guys to realise there is hope. And don't give up. You know, This isn't financial advice at all, by the way. I don't want to be responsible for anything that happens to your money. That's your problem. That's your whole situation. You control your bank. But I just want to let you guys know I'm still buying. I don't think that Pokemon is going to die anytime soon. It really is just like just a king. It's a media king. It's a media franchise king. It's the biggest media franchise ever. You know, it's legendary. So yeah, we love it. We love it. Come on, Pokemon. But think of it that way, okay? As we go into Generation 10, whatever it's going to be, Sword and Shield will become the new Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon will become the new XY. XY become the new Black and White. Try and think of it that way, because you'll be surprised how similar the performance of the sets are. When you look at it that way, you look at like the 3 years, how they perform. It's very interesting. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you already thought this way, or if this is a new thing for you to think about. And good luck on your investments and your collecting. I love you.